Good morning, good morning. Hey JB, good morning. All right, how you doing? Hey Kevin, Ronan, good to see everybody. Welcome everybody who's joining us at the Trading Syndicate. I'm JJ, and here we try and make common sense out of the market so you can actually make some money. Good afternoon, Raj. All good, all good. So let's take a look and see what's shaking out here. Hey Lear, what's happening? How you doing? Well, overnight inventory was short, and it kind of still is. The value area or the cost basis is pretty much underneath the close of yesterday. So we did have a correction higher, which we told you about earlier. In this session, I said they were going to take this, try and sell it up here, right, when inventory is short. We've got sellers at 63.09 and 63.06 up at the close. So we're sort of just going back and forth between 6,300 and 63.06 right now. If we get any further liquidation, we're going to come down and see if we can test this overnight low. Overall, it's an inside night or an inside Globex session. There's the high of yesterday. There's the low of yesterday. We are inside yesterday's range. We are also inside yesterday's cost basis. Now, if you guys don't know what a cost basis is, it's just a fancy way of saying how much we paid for our stuff. You ever seen George Carlin, A Place for My Stuff? Well, 70% of the stuff yesterday is priced from 62.89 to 63.11. Okay? This is 30% of the inventory of the day. The blue stuff is 70%. So as you can see, we're going back and forth in yesterday's cost basis. Now, what does that mean for you as a trader, right? Okay, let's get rid of fancy words like value area and, auction market theory and all of that stuff, right? It means business as usual, right? It means business as usual, which means that what you paid yesterday for your goods, the range of pricing of yesterday's goods is still the same today. So you are still in yesterday's price range. Make sense? This way you're not looking for a huge breakout to the downside or the upside. When the market breaks and follows through, you can go with. But until then, you're going to trade the edges of the cost basis, right? Make sense? Keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. You won't get confused. So what does that mean? Don't be shorting down here. Don't be going long up here. Okay? That's what the profile tells us. Then we go take a look at, so that's like a map. If you're looking, right? This is like a map of the city. right? So here, if you're in London, right? This is a map of the city of London. Then what we do is we take this 1 minute chart, drag it over, and this is the map of your neighborhood that you're in, so you don't get lost, right? So my balance zone, I did it earlier this morning. I lost internet, so I was late on the morning run. So it was 89 to 91 and 3/4. Double it to 97. Double it again to 6308. And then you'd double it again to 6330. That's 8 times cost basis, right? You'll find that the levels work quite nicely, right? VWAP is just underneath 6300, right? We should have a nice back and forth day with no drama. Is there any news coming out today? That's one thing we had jobless claims at 8:30. 10 o'clock, we've got a Fed president, and 2:30, we've got another Fed president, but those are pretty much non-events. And then tomorrow, there's really nothing. Pretty nice holiday week, right? Not too much drama. Not much drama. No big tariff news today. All right. Overnight inventory keeps moving higher, so that means we're getting rid of the cheaper price stuff at higher price. I said no drama. Mike, we're hoping for a nice no drama summer. Remember the summers in the 80s and the 70s? Just nice and chill. Go to the lake. You run some trades. Oh, the pronunciation. Where my client used to say, JJ, but we need the drama. Okay. That's what we want. We just want we want to make some money this summer, and then we just want to chill, right? Enjoy the summer. That's the goal, right? Right now, Lear, you're right. The shorts are trapped under 6,300 at this time because that's where this W low. Let me give you a little hint. If you want to find out where the bids are, where the shorts are trapped, or where the bids are, where the shorts are trapped are at the bottom of every half-hour candle. Okay? That's all it is. Oh, it's a hot one here in Liverpool. Got both of the air conditioners going. Doesn't usually get that hot out here. So let's see. Trades off the open. Technically, since inventory is still short, and that we're finding some bids at 6,300, I'm looking for a little move up. I don't know. Well, there's a couple of nice beaches, Mike, so that's okay. I'm looking for a move higher. That's kind of my bias at the moment. But the goalie is the close and these stops. So we have to work our way through there to get higher. Because we're opening right where the cost basis was yesterday, I have a feeling that we might just chop around here for a bit. You see, we're already kind of showing signs of chop. So if that happens, just kind of chill. Hey, Jaijun, you made some money today? Beautiful. I always like it when people make money before the market opens in Globex because it kind of takes the pressure off. See what kind of price action we would get when the market opens up. Honestly, I think we're just going to go back and forth in yesterday's range. Don't really see any reason for any, like we say, drama. Hey, Billy, how you doing? Hey, Johnny, how you doing this morning? No, and that's a pretty old reference. Johnny Shoes is our man in Guam. He's a New Yorker, but he's in Guam, enjoying the beautiful South Pacific. Hey, Autumn Labs, how you doing? Welcome to all the people who are joining us on YouTube. Good to see you. I think you folks can tell that pretty much we're still a little hungover from the 4th of July weekend, you know. Yeah, let's see. Now, Lear, we're going to test that theory of yours of the trap shorts under 6,300. We're going to go tickle 6,300 right now. Let's see how it reacts. There it is. Now watch the offer. Does it start to lift? It's a little slow. What's the volume coming in this morning? Oh, is it raining there? Ah, 112,000. So, folks, still light volume, eh? Still light volume coming into the open, just like yesterday. Summer holidays. You notice how the offer started to lift when we came to 6,300? Now we're offered at 63.1 and a quarter. Right? That's one of the things that nobody teaches in trading, which just blows me away. The easiest way to find out where the buyers are is to look at a level and then watch the offer when it comes down. If the offer doesn't break that level and start to lift, it means that the market has seen buyers and is raising price. It's one of the most simple ways that people have been trading for centuries. Hey, team, what's going on? So how would you trade that? Well, you'd be going long 6,300. Well, not 6,300, probably 6,300 and a half, three quarter. Put your stop under 6,300, right? It's front running VWAP, so you got bids there. And now sell into the twos. Freaky deaky the way it lines up with the stops, eh, Jody? Ever since these markets started getting more and more electronically traded, could I use the word accuracy? They're very accurate. They will trade to the penny, to the tick. It's quite amazing because there's no humans getting involved with their emotions, right? The software stops if you tell the software to stop selling at 6,300 and reverse, it does. It won't go underneath it. Nice work, Lear. Nice little scalp before the open. Beautiful. You know, that's the thing, because if you had a human trader, right? Yeah, I don't even know how you guys do that, Mike. Bad thing happens when Knight Securities made a $400 million mistake. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Right? The $400 million fat finger when the algo's screwed up. Or I don't know what's screwed up. Something over there screwed up. And that was the end of Knight Securities. That was brutal. In one day, they went from being a powerhouse on Wall Street to bankrupt. One day. Yeah, they were crossing the spread for 45 minutes. Hank, how you doing, Hank? Are you a dad yet? Almost? Uh, well, we're creeping up on 6304 now. Well, maybe you'll be a dad today. That'd be cool. Way to sell into strength, Lear. It's tickling the fours now. Let's see if we can offer and print over four, and you can maybe get a fill. And that's the trade that he took. It's a nice, simple trade, right? You were looking for bids here, so you got long here. You put your stop here, and you sell into this move as the market goes higher. And it's nice, you know. Even if it's only 3 points. 3 points on three E-mini contracts is it's a nice little trade, and it's going to pay the phone bill. I prefer the look below and fail like you, team. But sometimes we got to step in and just take it. It's a quiet market today, so I think it'll be quite exact. Nice work, Lear. You took that trade on 10? Beautiful. I mean, hell, if you make 3 points on 10 E-minis, you're done for the day. Right? Now you can go back. You know what you can do now, Lear? You can go finish the TR6 because we're all waiting for that car to be finished. Now get out in the shed and fix that car. It didn't look below the level, right? Can I move balance? No, I would not move balance range around that. No, no, no. Because you're moving your references around, right? Oh, you did micros? Okay, that's fine. 10 micros, that's fine too. But when you start trading with a little bit of size, you can take 2 or 3 contracts and make it pay, which is nice. Well, Mike, this morning, you were online with us this morning, weren't you? Go rewatch the video because you'll see that I took a short. I got stopped out. Then it looked below that level and failed and came back up, and that's where you take the long. And I took that trade. Just go watch that for a while. Now you know how to see it with your eyes. Now what you got to do is focus. And just focus on that and don't get distracted with anything else. Right? After a while, you'll start seeing it everywhere. Oh, no, that's okay, Lear. I think trading with micros is a great way to go. My first trades are always with micros. There were so many warning signs on the way up. How do you differentiate whether it will reverse or continue? You watch the offer VS squad. If the offer is moving up, it means the market's seeing buyers. And if you're long, that's a good thing. It's really simple. It just takes a lot of time watching. Once you watch it and focus and concentrate, you'll start seeing it. The next step is to execute on it. You'll start executing, and it will be very frustrating. Work through that frustration, right? Frustration, make frustration your friend. Hey, Doc, how are you? Make that frustration your friend. Hey, James, you're right. Yeah, frustration is just the pain of growth. And of course, Mike, oh man. Embrace the suck, brother. Embrace it. You know? Let's see if we stay above 4. Now, VS Squad, when you're long, right, what I do is I put sell orders out. So if I was long at 63.01 and I had my stop under 6,300, I'd have had some sell orders out at 3, 3.5, then 4, then 4.5. And if those sell orders don't get executed, I know it's probably going to reverse, right? You actually use the business of the market to tell you whether the trade is going to reverse or continue. If you're long something at $5 and you put a sell order at 550 and the market gets up to 550 and your sell order does not get executed, then all of a sudden it offers down to 540. Aha. Someone's front running your order. Yeah, I don't like the word patient anymore because as soon as you tell people to be patient, they get really pissed off. So I say be smart. And that seems to motivate people better than patient. Nothing against what you're saying, VS Squad, but I've stopped telling people to be patient. Every time I tell people to be patient, 4 hours later I get a message, JJ, I blew up my account. It's true. So I just started saying, be smart. Be smart. Let's see. Oh, we're taking out the sellers. There we go. So if you're long in those 4s and 5s, you'll want to sell into this before the market opens, right? Oh. Remember we said inventory was short, so we were looking for a move up. That's what's happening now. Hey, Rufus, how are you doing? Right at yesterday's cost basis. Yeah, I stopped telling people to be patient because they do the exact opposite. If you tell them to be smart, it talks to their ego. They're more likely to be smart. Hey, Dave, how you feeling? Hey, Joe, how you doing? You can also ask questions in the room, Joe, since you're in there. Uh, when inventory is short, it's going to try and correct upwards. So the trade's to the upside. Now, if it doesn't correct upwards, it means you've got a lot of competitive selling. And off we go. Looking for See if we can take out that A stop. Little choppy, huh? Let's see if we hold yesterday's close. Break through it. Try and poke at this on the short side here. Ah, damn. I put a sell order out at 63.07. It did not get taken. I was thinking look above 63.08 quarter and fail. So my execution was slow. Let's try it again. We can't get over 6. Yeah. Just watching it trade at 6. I'll hit the 5.5. Put a 4 bid in and see if I can get a cover. If it takes out 6.25, scratch the trade. Choppy, choppy, choppy. They're coming in for some size at 5. Come on, drop. I'm going to move my bid up to 4.5. It's not the greatest trade. I'm just hacking around. Covered one at 4.5. 4.25 bid. Flat at 4.25. There we go. So I had a sell order in at 7. I didn't get executed. So I waited till it came up here. It came back up over 6, and then came back down. I hit the 5.5 just on 2 contracts, and then I covered into that little weakness. All right, so that was the look above and fail of 63.08. I should have been short up here. I still managed to squeeze a point or two out of it, but now let's go down and test that 6,300. Thanks, Dave. Now we're in the middle of this purple zone. Let's see what happens. A little short covering. If we can't get over 63.06, I think it'll rotate down again. Let's see. There's that rotation I told you about. And we seem to stop selling at about 2.25, 2.5. So we just got a little rotation going now while we wait for more customers to come into the store. Thanks, Jeff. When the candles start getting smaller, it means the flow of business is less and less and less. So keep that in mind. That's why I don't like to trade in the middle of a zone, especially with this kind of choppy behavior. Nothing to do here. Just relax. Just chill out. Right? This is where traders, because they're trying to force something to happen, it'll happen on its own time. Do something to distract yourself so you don't overtrade. We're having a hard time breaking that 63.02. So if we run out of supply here, this thing's going to rotate up over 63.06. Be on the lookout for that. Yeah, very slow. Very slow. That's okay. Right? If you're just waking up, just getting into your morning, it's all right. It's a little slow. You might be a little slow too, right? I can't get over 6. So right now, folks, we talk about balance. That's what's happening here. The market's really slow, so the large traders are going back and forth between 2 and 3/4 and 5.5. Really, they flipped from the bid to the ask at 4. Right, so this is where the box is. That's that rotation. So the wholesalers will buy under 4, sell over 4. Right. Very simple business. Eventually, if we break 2, I'll be looking for VWAP. Longs liquidation into short covering. Exactly, Raj. Exactly. But business is just slow. It's a slow morning. Here comes VWAP. A little bit of short covering at VWAP. This is really difficult to trade, so if you've traded a couple of times now and gotten stopped out, don't start beating yourself up. Just chill. Okay? There's not enough customers in the store, right? If I want to be fancy, I'll say order flow. There's not enough order flow to justify a directional move, right? If you were watching Magnum PI, that's what Higgins would say. I say, Magnum, there's not enough order flow to justify a directional move. So it's just kind of chopping around, right? And the market makers are just trading both sides. Not the greatest trading environment for us. But the one thing that's important is if you can keep your head when markets are like this and don't get all, don't have a big hairy fit and start over trading and stuff like that, you'll actually be refreshed and ready to make money when the time comes. That's really the key, right? And it's something I experienced myself. You trading away, you get stopped out again, and you're like, geez. After a couple of times of getting stopped out, it starts to wear you out, not just financially, but emotionally. It starts messing with your head. And then the real trade comes, right? The real opportunity comes, and you miss it, right? Happens all the time. It's happened to me, right? So I've really learned to just relax and wait for that market to show you that, okay, I'm ready to go. Now, the thing is, it's not obvious, right? It's not obvious. Even to like seasoned traders who do one type of trading and then you bring them into this kind of retail environment, it's not obvious. So you do have to spend some time sitting and watching. But ladies and gentlemen, trust me, it's worth every minute. Hey, Chad, no, I don't use candlestick patterns. And it's not because I have anything against them. I don't know any candlestick patterns. Right? You'll notice on my 1-minute chart, right, that I have nothing on there. Right? I've just got straight lines and like levels. So the less info for me, the better. Right? Nothing wrong with candlestick with patterns. But I believe in understanding the business that creates the pattern. Does that make sense? You know, and I've asked you guys, but you guys never show up to these things. I've told you guys, why don't you give me some candlestick patterns, and we'll do. Well, we get some rotation upcoming now, and we'll do a little video on. You draw out the pattern, and I'll explain what the business is that's creating that pattern. So the whole thing in trading is, once you realize that there's a business reason to take the trade. So for example, if I was going long here, right? Say I was going long here. The reason I'm going long is I believe that nobody needs to sell under VWAP, right? And I'm going to want to sell at 2, 3, 4, right? My stop will be here. Now, if somebody comes and offers the product for sale under 6,300, there's no business reason for that trade. So the same thing with the pattern. So if the pattern gets violated and you understand why it's getting violated, you can hop out of the trade and save yourself some money. Hope that makes sense. So maybe next week, you know what? We've got a bunch of new people in the room. How about next week we do a Markets 101, a welcome to the room, some of the common concepts that we discuss. Why don't we do one of those webinars separately? Hank, you're going to be a bit busy, but for the new folks in the room, let me know if you're interested. I'm willing to do one. Somebody's got to give this market some coffee. Holy cow. I said it was going to be slow and choppy, but boy, I didn't mean this slow. Jeez. Uh, sorry, am I pronouncing your name correctly? It's not Chad, it's Chad with an R? Chard? Um, I've never even heard of that. And I'm not even sure it's politically correct for me even to say that candle pattern. Sorry, it sounds a little. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. 3 bleep soldiers here for you. What are the soldiers? I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to be like Don Cherry, right? I've never even heard of that. That sorry, I didn't. Like, I was like, can I say that out loud? Like, is that is that cool if I say that? I don't know. I'll bleep it out. I don't know, man. I've never heard of such patterns with colored animals and military people. I've never. So you'll have to explain it to me. Obviously, we got a new character in the room. Oh, is it a Linda Ratsky term? Oh, I had no idea. Okay. I've heard of 3 blind mice, but not as nothing in. That's usually 3 stock promoters, but it's not like a pattern. Okay, sorry guys. Hey, it's slow, but at least we got a laugh, right? Oh my god. Some characters, man. All right, let's see if we can get underneath VWAP. Just when you thought you saw everything. Okay, I believe you. I just don't want to say that out loud. I don't want to get in trouble. Uh, can't you just call it like 3 purple coconuts or something like that? Make it a little less politically sensitive. Oh my goodness. Yesterday we had some movement. This is bad. It's like the algos all went out and got drunk last night. We're like in a rowboat with one oar. I don't know. I like to keep candle stuff nice and simple. The top of the candles are where the sellers initiate. The bottom is where they stop selling. You know, keep it simple. Yeah, that's why I'm not saying anything, Johnny. It's too politically sensitive. You guys got to change those terms. From now on, we're going to call them three purple coconuts. That's your new pattern. Change approved. Okay, what's next? Good Lord. Let's go take a look at some stocks. Hey, Microsoft finally broke 504.52. That was yesterday. Cool. Imagine owning that at 20 bucks a share. Madness. Nvidia 163, Palantir 144. Oh, Tesla signs of life. Better send that to my friend who's long. A little sign of life. Maybe he'll actually stop beaking it off and go and run his companies again. That would be good. Meta 726, Google 174, the Amazon rainforest 220, and Crabapple is fighting to stay over that 209, 210 level. Let's see what they can do. Oh, yeah, the coin of bitterness. How is the coin of bitterness? I'm still fascinated. There was that guy who said that Bitcoin would never get over 112 again. What are we at? We're just under 111. Yeah. That guy with his waves said on Twitter that Bitcoin would never get over 110. I'm like, wow. Okay. I want to see it go over 110. Yeah, his level is 112. I just find it hard to believe that where you have only 21 million of a product that you can call the top. But that's just me. I'm starting to get short biased. I don't want to short it just yet, though, Howard. Because is this my spider sense, or am I getting biased because it's so slow? Right? You got to think about that. Right? Am I am I getting biased because it's so slow? SBET. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Right? That happens to me. It happens to everyone, right? This thing gets so slow that you start getting really short biased. You go sell a few contracts. Next thing you know, it's up 6 points, and you're like, wait, right? You know what I'm talking about, Howard. And this is we just got to barrel through the frustration, right? As the young kids would say, it's a bit of a sucky market this morning. One contract means one contract. One E-mini or E-micro contract. Contract is a contract. Hope that helps. See how it's creeping higher now? Had I gone and shorted it at 63.01, I'd be like, damn it. Right? And that's exactly why I said I'm short biased, so I said it out loud. And then I said, am I biased because it's slow? I don't know. I don't see it yet. Don't see the trade yet. Yeah, that's the one thing. We know that there's a seller at 3.25, right? So each contract, is it Siddhartha? Each contract has 4 ticks. Each tick is worth $12.50. There we go. Oh, we got some selling. So 1 point, right? Say between 98 and 99, that's $50. Boy, this is the kind of day where it's nice to have friends who have boats. This is where you get yourself a friend with a boat. Are you using the 9 EMA team? Let me know how it's working for you. I hear good things. I know Steve and the boys in the equity room, they use it all the time. They love it. It works really well for them. All right, next half-hour period is here. Yeah, our equity traders use the 9 EMA a lot. I've never run EMAs on futures, so I'm just always curious. I don't know which is the most used. I'm very, very undereducated when it comes to moving averages. You guys have so many of them. I don't know which one is the popular club. I know the 200 and the 50, right? Those are big ones. On days like this, we really need to have a friend with a boat. Go do some sailing. Now, gosh, it does look below and fail 97, but there's a seller at 6,300 now. You know, with me and EMAs, it's all, I just want to know, all I care about is which ones are popular. Because if I know where all the cool kids are hanging out, I know that's where they're executing. That's all I want to know. Now, in normal markets, you're always tempted to sell into this, right? I want to see where the sellers step in. So I'm watching 98 and 3/4. Yeah, my fantasies of shorts are gone now. This stupid thing. Yeah, I don't trade trends. This price action is gross. It's brutal. Okay. If we hold 97 and 1/4, we may get up over VWAP. And you'll be looking for the twos. I could use another coffee. I don't know about you. Wow, folks. What's the hot stock of the day? What's the hot penny stock? Well, last week we had that MOGO or something like that. Then we had another one. I haven't checked. AXP. Good dollar volume. I like to see the dollar volume. How much worthless paper has it actually traded? There's some good ones. Yeah, I want to see what everyone's buying. What's the hot thing now? Is it still AI? AI is still, everyone's still buying AI stock with their eyes closed? Dear God. This is one of the more brutal days I can remember. Yeah, the next target will be 94.5 to the downside if we stay under 97. So another look below and fail of 97.25. But make sure you sell into strength if you're long, my friends. I am at 97.5, and I'll sell the 98.5, so I don't mind. That was just one quick in and out with a couple of micros. Hey, Marcel, what's going on? Long time no see. Yeah, I know the people who torched them, Tilt. Oh, it was a lot of my ex-clients. Well, folks, she was. Does anybody have any questions? I am not seeing a short, even though I want to. God, that's frustrating, eh? When you want to short this thing and it just refuses to go any lower. That's the business. What is a crazy Ivan? No, I'm not going to talk about that. And which I'll say to you, Hank, what are you, a cop? Can I talk about slow creep move lower versus fast liquidation? Sure. A slow creep lower, right? It is competitive selling. It's just the volume of the selling is not as much. And those sell orders are getting chopped. And they're not. See, say you and I were competitive selling, right? Unless we're really desperate, we're going to sell slowly. Especially if we know that shorts are trapped underneath where we're selling. We'll sell, 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 stop. Sell, 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 stop. And that's what causes this. Now, the thing is, when it's like that, that's all because of electronic trading, because it's so precise, right? Now, when you get a fast liquidation, it's usually one large order that hits the tape, boom, and all the order book just wipes out, pulls, right? The question, you see the yellow letter? The yellow letter is the open of that half-hour bar. Yeah. So, while it's slow, I'm going to ask you folks to please come join us at the Trading Syndicate. Use that 25% off code, right? And we'll teach you how to run those funded accounts, pass the evaluations, with our friends at places like Apex. There's a coupon code in their descriptions too. And yeah, it's less than 50 cents a day, and we'll give you good and proper trading methods that actually are based on common sense, right? That you can actually use. I should have been long under 6,300. I missed that one. Just typing something out here. Yeah, that was a look below and fail. Each one of these trades here was a look below and fail. This one actually had some follow through. And I'm noticing, folks, that is actually becoming very common in our markets. It'll come down and then it'll do this for a bit, and then it finally does that. Nice trade, Moran. You've been really dialed in this week. That's great to see. Wonderful. What's the confirmation for follow through? The offer moving higher. That red line, Joey. If the offer is moving higher, it means the market has seen buyers. It's not completely obvious when you first start looking at it, but if you start watching it, see how it's coming lower now? And then it lifts, right? Oh, see, now we've got that. The sellers are back here. You can see. Now the offer's lifting above where that seller is, Joey. Watch. The next seller is going to be here. So you watch the red line as it comes up to that area. If the sellers start competing, it'll push the market down. If the sellers see buyers, they'll lift their offers higher. It's really simple, but it just takes some getting used to watching it. I still don't know what delta divergence is, Charlie. Delta is up-down tick volume, right? I don't use it at all. I find it useless information. But I'm a very simple guy. The less stuff I have to look at, the better. If I know that buyers are coming in the market, the offers are lifting. How do I know that? I was the offer for 25 years. I was the seller. So if you and I start competing, I'm going to lower the offer. If you and I see a ton of buyers, we're going to lift the offer to take advantage of higher prices, right? So I don't have to look at delta. I've looked at it, but I've never actually seen anybody who uses it successfully and is consistently profitable. They'll sell you everything out there, but just keep it simple. I don't trade options at all. I trade one thing. I try to trade it well. Hope that helps. I find it amazing that the information that you can pull off a 1 minute candlestick chart is actually never talked about. Everybody talks about everything else, but they don't actually talk about what is the useful information it tells you. Well, they'll talk about patterns, they'll talk about this, they'll talk about that, but they don't actually, like, the information that the candle chart is telling you, nobody actually talks about. Hey, Ramon, the bid and offer line, it's current bid ask lines on Sierra chart. No problem. It's amazing how much information you get. Yeah, and then also you guys get told that there's no information on a 1 minute chart. You got to look at the source. Uh, if it's noise, how can I tell you exactly where the sellers are going to be? I moved that little white line there, what, 30 seconds ago? There's resistance there. Now, if those sellers see buyers, they'll raise price. Oftentimes it'll go up and come back down underneath it. Also, the candle charts will hit the targets to the tick. Right? So once again, I'm not saying anything against patterns or technical analysis or any of that stuff. All I'm saying is there's an amazing amount of information that these charts will tell you. All you got to do is listen and know what to look for. And that's what we teach you in our room. Yeah, Christian, let's do a call in 10 minutes when the session's over. Sounds good. And once again, folks notice over these last sessions, we had our big liquidation, right? We had our big liquidation down under 62.50. But look at the lows. What's going on, folks? Higher lows. The buyers are following the sellers up. They're doing so slowly because it's, the holidays and there's not a lot of buyers around, but there's not a lot of selling going on. Oh boy. And back down. I missed that short. How do you determine if a stock is a low float? It's published data. There's a very, very secret website. You need special access. It's called Yahoo Finance. And you just go type in the symbol and then click on statistics, and it'll tell you what the float is. Members only website. No, seriously, it's published everywhere. For me, a low float's anything under like 100 million shares. Put it to you this way. If you give me a stock with a float under 100 million shares, I can manipulate it with three Schwab accounts. Right? Once it gets over a couple of 100 million shares, it's a little harder to manipulate. Now, what would I use? Webull and Robin in the Hood, right? If I can manipulate a stock with 3 Robinhood accounts, it's a low floater. No, it's usually, for me, it's usually under 100 million shares. Members only jacket, right, Leslie? Back in the day. Oh, my, oh, my. Well, I don't know about you folks, but when I'm done this, I am going to go and enjoy this beautiful Liverpool day, get some sun. Go pick up my blood pressure medication. That is the next trade for me. Yeah, we were pretty cool in the 80s, right, Leslie? Oh, man. Now we sound like the old people. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for being with us. I thank you even more for your patience. Go and enjoy. Go and enjoy the day, so you don't waste time and money trading where your way of doing business doesn't hit. You know, trade on your own terms. Be smart about it. Come visit us at the Trading Syndicate. We'd love to see you. And if you do join the room, okay, don't just join the room and then leave. If you join the room, reach out to me. We'll have a conversation, and I'll see how I can help you in your trading journey, okay? But time for me to get my 10,000 steps in. I will see you folks tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful, wonderful morning. Trade safe out there, okay? And as usual, please don't take candy from strange market makers. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.